So this whole thing can be summarized in the form of a table, which is right in front of us. These are called segments of electromagnetic spectrum that we just now discussed. You can see the name of each and every segment is mentioned in this first column, along with the corresponding frequency range and the corresponding wavelength range. It starts from extremely low frequency, voice frequencies, VLF, then low, medium, high frequencies, very high and ultra high and super high frequencies, and lastly we have extremely high frequencies. Infrared and visible light are also shown as some special groups. You can see infrared goes from 30 to 430 terahertz, and visible light goes from 375 to 750 terahertz with their corresponding wavelengths. Now, the question is, why do we divide this frequency spectrum into various slots? Simply because it's first of all, it's very huge range of frequencies. So to study the entire spectrum, it's very important that we divide it into smaller segments. And it is also useful in terms of applications point of view. So we have various applications falling in various segments. So it becomes very easy to remember applications with respect to the corresponding segments in which they fall. So let us quickly have a look at what all applications are present in various segments that we have defined here for electromagnetic spectrum. So this particular table gives us the same segments of frequency spectrum along with the wavelengths, but more important this time, it gives us the corresponding applications. So for example, extremely low frequencies 30 to 300 hertz are used for power transmission. We all know that the power transmission, especially the main supply that comes to our houses, comes at the frequency of 50 or 60 hertz. So extremely low frequencies can be used for power transmission. 300 hertz to 3 kilohertz is nothing but audio application. To be precise, it is the range of human voice or the speech signal. So various speech related applications will use this particular frequencies. The next very low frequency range will have applications like submarine communications, navy or military communications, etc. Low frequency range of 30 to 300 kilohertz will have applications like aeronautical and marine navigation. These frequencies act as subcarriers. What is carrier is something we will discuss when we start with the actual topics of communication. As of now, all you can understand is carrier is nothing but a signal which will carry the information from transmitter to the receiver side. The next group of medium frequencies from 300 kilohertz to 3 megahertz has one very famous application of AM radio broadcast. Amplitude modulation, AM radio stations are present in this range. Apart from that, there are marine and aeronautical communications applications also. 3 megahertz to 30 megahertz can be used for shortwave transmissions, amateur and CB communication. Next, 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz has another very famous application of FM broadcasting. I'm sure everyone must have used FM application, FM radio stations. All the FM radio stations will be present in this range. To be precise, FM range is from 88 megahertz to 108 megahertz. For example, there are FM radio stations at 91.1, 98.2, etc. So these are all various FM radio stations. Apart from that, TV broadcasting, various TV channels also use these frequencies. Then we have 300 megahertz to 3 gigahertz. There are new types of TV channels which are called UHF channels, which use high frequencies from this range. Cellular phones and military applications are also present in this particular range. 3 gigahertz to 330 gigahertz, these very high frequencies are suitable for satellite communication and radar applications. And the last range of extremely high frequencies are also used for satellite and some specialized radars. One thing you can note that as the frequency increases, the applications for which those particular segments are used are also becoming long distance. Satellite communication and radar applications are long distance communication applications, and hence they have to use high frequencies. So that's all about frequency spectrum of electromagnetic wave. We have studied various segments along with their frequency and wavelength values, and just now we also saw various applications that we have in this segment.